Just before the episode starts, I just want to tell you guys that the Katana podcast has an official website. If you're a big fan of the podcast, you can officially support me by buying some of the Katana podcast merch that I have in store. Not only that, but you can listen to all the episodes on the website, and you can contact me, giving me ideas on ways you want me to improve the podcast, or on topics you want to see me cover. If you're watching on YouTube, the link will be in the description. If you're just listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, it's www.thebling.tk/the Katana podcast. But without further ado, enjoy the episode. P.S. If you don't know what isekai is, it's anime where you get transported to another world. Me and Marcus have a big discussion about it later on in the episode. Also, my girlfriend wants to say hi.
Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the Katana podcast, everyone. This is the third episode, and today we are talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. This is Hunter x Hunter, an amazing anime that I have loved for years, and none of my friends watch it except for, of course, the guest on today. Marcus, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Marcus. If you see me on social media, I tend to go by the Marshall, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited.
Okay, let's have some fun. So today we will be ranking all Hunter x Hunter arcs. I did this for JoJo a while back. I ranked the first 3 parts. So now we are going to be talking about Hunter x Hunter arcs. And I want to just get into it because I'm super excited for this given topic. Hunter x Hunter arcs. Now, do you want to talk about how you like Hunter x Hunter and how you got into Hunter x Hunter, or do you want to just get into the fun?
I don't mind. Well, I started Hunter x Hunter pretty late, like 4 or 5 years ago. I actually started with the dub. I know, I'm sorry. But it was in the time where I didn't watch subbed anime yet, and the dub was airing weekly. And so I had to sit through the Chimera Ant arc weekly. But then I rewatched it sub, and I rewatched it with my dad and I think another person. Anyways, I really loved the show. I was already pretty deep into shonen. Like I had seen Naruto, Bleach, and like tons Dragon Ball,
like some of the biggest anime, right? But you haven't watched One Piece.
No,
you haven't watched One Piece.
Okay, the thing is that I know One Piece is good, okay? But the only reason I'm not watching it is because if I do, like all of the time I have will be gone.
One Piece is my favorite anime of all time. It keeps switching back because either I like Hunter x Hunter, like it depends on which side of the bed I'm on each day. It's like, oh, maybe today I like Hunter x Hunter more than One Piece, or tomorrow I like One Piece over Hunter x Hunter. I think both are such amazing series, and that is why I'm super excited to talk about Hunter x Hunter today with you, my friend. So I'll talk about a little bit how I got into Hunter x Hunter. For me, I think that I did not watch it when it was airing. It was just on Netflix. It was the first 3 seasons in comprising the first 3 arcs, which is the Hunter exam arc, the tournament arc, and the Phantom Troop arc, the York New arc. Not to be mistaken with New York.
Yeah.
But
it took me so long to figure that out for some reason. I was so baffled by
what?
I was like, damn.
No, come on.
Yeah, because I was like, New, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I really like Hunter x Hunter, mainly because it was refreshing after a point. Because I started with the basics, which is Naruto. Naruto is like the basics shonen. Then you get into like Dragon Ball Z, things like that. You get more into Battle Shonen. And then at a point I was like done with all that stuff. I had seen the tropes. And then you watch Hunter x Hunter, just reverses everything on you, you know? And what you expect is what you don't expect, you know? It's such a great anime, and that's why I hate when my friends underrate it, because I feel like some of my friends are just getting into anime, and then I'm like, oh, you should watch Hunter x Hunter, best anime of all time. But since they haven't seen the tropes yet, they
Yeah.
don't understand how good it is when they're reversed, you know?
It's like you have to develop the palette first so you can fully appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because like all of the what makes it so special, other than it being like well written,
Yeah.
is that like, it subverts a lot of the tropes and cliches from the other anime. And if you don't know those cliches, it doesn't like you don't realize the
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah. Just wait, Marcus, I'm gonna do something for 2 seconds.
All right. Hello. I don't know if this is still gonna be in, but yeah, I'm Marcus, also known as the best. I'm kidding. That's just like too obvious. I need you to figure out that I'm the best without like saying it outright, you know. So watch me wiggle my hands around in a very interesting way.
For those listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, he's wiggling his hands in super weird ways. You can imagine the rest.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know that was very impressive. And if anyone dares disrespect my hand wiggling, I promise I will swat your house. I will send death threats to your neighbors.
Okay, back on the topic.
Yes.
Okay, let's just get into it because I'm very happy to invite you onto the show. Let's talk about the first arc, the arc that everyone underrates, which I don't like.
The 100.
Yes.
You don't like?
It is underrated, I think. It's
Oh, I thought you said you didn't like it. I was like, whoa.
No. I like it. I think it's the second worst arc in all of Hunter x Hunter, but that's just because all the arcs are good.
What's the worst arc?
The Zoldyck arc. It's like 3 episodes.
It's kind of facts, not gonna lie. I mean, it was good. It was good, like really good. But yeah, 100 Exams was more enjoyable.
Yeah. It was just. It's more like the Zoldyck arc is like. It comes right after. It's not really like a big arc or anything. It's just like getting Killua.
I mean, a lot of people lump it in with the 100 Exam arc as like a single arc.
Yeah, I don't, because I just think that it's such a different tone. Like the Hunter Exam arc is like, happy go lucky, we're going on an adventure. The Zoldyck arc is like, Killua was raised by assassins. He's getting whipped by his brother, So I don't think it's like I don't include it as one arc, Hunter Exam and Zoldyck. I just separate them both. But let's talk about Hunter Exam. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
Well, the Hunter Exam is really good.
I do agree with that. As we know.
I think like when it comes to like exam like arcs, like you have My Hero, the tuning exams. I don't know what it was in My Hero Academia. I think it was
every single arc in My Hero. Nobody brings this up. Every single arc in My Hero Academia is, oh yes, we're going to a training camp. Oh no, the bad guys come. That's literally every single arc, except for season 4.
Either a tournament arc, or them getting attacked by villains.
And a training arc. It's either a training arc where they get attacked by villains, or it's a tournament arc where they might get attacked by villains. You never know.
Yeah.
Not to roast My Hero. I think My Hero is a good anime. I don't think it's top tier, but like
it's like just a good shonen, like Demon Slayer. It's just like
You're gonna roast Demon Slayer like that?
No, I'm not roasting it. Demon Slayer is great, but like I'm not putting it in my top 20.
Oh no! Of course not. Yeah. No, Demon Slayer is overrated in my opinion. Because because Demon Slayer is so big that it gets all these new anime fans. So their first anime is Demon Slayer. So they're like, oh my gosh, Demon Slayer is so good. Okay.
Yeah, like the best.
But they don't know all these other anime that are so much better. But Demon Slayer, in my opinion, is better than, I'd say, 60% of all, no, 90% of all anime, like new anime that are coming out nowadays.
I completely disagree.
Yo, come on.
No, there's so many good. I don't know if you keep up seasonal anime, but there's a lot of
Well,
hidden
no,
gems.
I'm not talking about like sequels.
I know. I mean like new anime. Like have you seen Wonder Egg Priority?
Is a good show. It's not Demon Slayer, but it is pretty good. It's just too weird for me. That's all. It's just weird.
Weak peasant. Okay. It's too intellectual for you. It's so good.
Okay, I think it's good. I don't think it's top tier. I don't think it's a hidden gem. Like a lot of people know about it.
I'm shocked right now. You hurt my feelings. But yeah, what type of anime do you watch? Because I watch pretty much everything.
I watch shonen mostly, but I like shoujo and I like seinen a lot. Have you read Berserk?
No, it's on my list though.
Yo.
Yeah, I will watch it eventually.
Don't watch it. You have to read it. The anime
Don't
sucks. It is
I know.
garbage.
I've seen 2016 Berserk all looking like. I know. I'll read it.
For me, Berserk is better than any manga you will ever read. In my opinion, it's objectively, I hate using that word, objectively the greatest manga of all time.
Have you read JoJo? Well, no.
Have I read JoJo?
Yeah, I know, but it's not. No, I don't think that's.
I've watched and read JoJo's because I watched the first 5 parts and then I read all other 3 parts. And I will say, Steel Ball Run Part 7 is a masterpiece.
Yeah, the best JoJo part.
It is the best JoJo part.
It has flaws, but like by far
the best part.
The best. Yeah.
Well, I like Part 8 actually. I think Part 8 is really intriguing. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm halfway. I still don't know who Josuke really is.
Yeah. I'm at like chapter like 50, so I'm like halfway too. But okay. I think it's just super intriguing, honestly. I think the worst part in JoJo's is part 1.
3. Yeah, 1 or 3.
3?
Yeah, 3 is garbage.
Garbage?
Bro, the pacing is terrible. Legit.
Bro!
The fights. Okay, look.
Garbage.
Okay, it's not garbage.
Garbage.
It's not garbage, but it's not good. It's not very good. Okay, so look.
Okay, I think part 6 is worse than part 3.
That is not facts, okay, at all. Part 6 is really good. Part 6.
What?
Okay, Jolene is best JoJo.
I will agree. Jolene is a great best JoJo.
Yes, best JoJo. Jolene is
Joseph is
JoJo,
best, no.
but with personality.
No.
The badassery of JoJo, but with like character depth. Okay.
That is so mean.
What I feel people get obsessed with Dio's world and like the Vanilla Ice arc.
Yeah.
And all of the Dio's mansion.
I mean, like, coming back to the actual topic, Nen is a better power system than Stans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. But I really like Stans. It's like Stans are an amazing power system.
Yeah. But Nen is just way too complicated. It's like a science, basically.
Yeah.
You could have like 15, you could have like an entire semester on it.
I may have spent too much time learning all the intricacies of Nen, so I would call myself a Nen scholar. I
think why the Hunter exam, in my opinion, is so low is because it doesn't have the spark yet. It doesn't have one of the best things that Hunter x Hunter has, which is Nen. It doesn't have Nen. It doesn't have... I don't think Kurapika was a very good character in that arc. I think he is a great character in the Phantom Troop arc. He is probably my favorite character in the Phantom Troop arc, but he is not a good character in the Hunter exam. Leoria has wasted potential. Leorio was my favorite character in the Hunter exam, and he's not used for the entire series. No!
And then he only comes back for the last arc, and like a bit in the manga, and then
he's gone. He's gone. He vanishes.
And then he's gone again.
No, why? You
I
can't do
know
my
it's such
boy
a.
Leorio like that.
I know, and he's like one of the best characters.
Yeah. I
And
I love that scene where it's like where he's like fighting with Kurapika. Like
yeah,
when they're running, right? That's another good thing about the Hunter exam arc. When they're running, you know, like 100 kilometers, right? And then Kurapika's like, "Oh, all you care about money," and he's like, "Yes, because money rules the world." And my friend died because he was not
he didn't
able
have.
to pay a doctor. So I want to become a doctor so that I can pay for law school and help people that are in need for free. And that's why I'm becoming a hunter. I was like, I was like, yo, this boy is probably my favorite character right now.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
never
And
used.
but he's still.
He has no fights in the entire series. He's
Yeah,
not
but
used
even
in the
if he doesn't have
Chimera Ant
fight,
arc. He is not used in the
yeah, but
Chimera Ant arc.
he would
He's
have
not.
died immediately.
Oh, of course. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, but like the thing is that I won't spoil, but he does come back in the manga,
Oh no, I know he comes back in the manga, but
and he's well, but not enough, in my opinion.
I think that he could have been used very well in the Chimera Ant arc. I
As like
don't
an
think he
assistant.
should fight. I think maybe he could like heal people. Maybe he's like he heals, you know, people and stuff and with his Nen power or something like that. He could have been at least used. We never learned what his Nen power can do.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Oh, I get okay because there's an explanation, but it's in the manga, so I won't
Yeah,
say
it's in the manga. I
Yeah,
have not read the
because
manga.
it's literally like immediately after. That's why I forget that they're not together.
Okay. So I'm sorry because I don't really know much about what happens in the manga. All I know is like the Phantom Troop stuff, which I love the Phantom Troop, but we'll get to that. So back to the Hunter exam arc. I think
Yeah,
it has good characters. Killua is probably my favorite character in all of Hunter x Hunter.
but I don't love him yet in the
Yeah,
Hunter. Like he's
yeah.
interesting,
He's
but he's not.
interesting, but I thought he was going to be a villain at first. He's interesting after the Zoldyck arc. That is when his character gets really good. So it doesn't have great characters in the Hunter exam arc,
Well, no,
except for your boy Hisoka. I was going to say except for Hisoka.
but the thing is that I wouldn't say the characters are bad. It's just that like since it's the intro, you can't like
Yeah.
the characters are just being like their first layers being laid out.
Yeah. Of course.
So,
Gon is the same character for the entire story, except for in the Chimera Ant arc. That is when his character gets
I
good.
think the same in the Chimera Ant too. He's the same all the time. It's just that
He is not the same in the Chimera Ant arc.
No,
what are you talking about? He is not the same person. After
yes.
the Chimera Ant arc, he is a different person.
Yes, after, but up until the Chimera, like
of course. He is the same character for the entire story up until the Chimera Ant arc, where like a lot of stuff happens.
No, I mean until the fight against Pito, he's the same person.
Yeah, of course. That's the truth. Because I would say before, I would say after the death of your boy Kite. Yeah, after the death of Kite, he is a different person.
I have to kind of disagree because he's like an extremely self-centered person, like extremely selfish during the whole arc, but like in the exam arc, it's like super like played off.
Yeah.
And then like in the York New arc, we see him get mad.
Yeah.
Against the
Phantom Troop.
Nobunaga, that guy. But
Nobunaga. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we see hints to the entire of the series that he's gonna act like that. But it's just that since he's like the shonen boy, we like ignore it.
That is what I love about his character though.
Yeah.
For most of the series, you don't really notice much about his character because he's supposed to be go-lucky, happy shonen boy. But once you get to Pito fight, you know, you realize that the happy-go-lucky shonen boy is actually super selfish. And then once I rewatched Hunter x Hunter with that knowledge in my head,
Yeah,
You can
and
see it as far back as the first episode. You can see it.
do you remember Greed Island with Kilo's hands?
Yeah.
That was horrible. And then
Yes, that was so horrible.
the music was all like, yeah, yeah, this is great.
Yep.
And then Kilo was like,
Let's go. And then his hands are just
yeah,
destroyed.
they were mangled, like obliterated.
And then he's like, I can't do anything without Killua on my side. I won't go as hard as possible. And then Killua's like, yeah, cool. And then the music is so happy. His hands are being destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of whack.
But back to what I'm talking about. Hunter exam arc, though it is an amazing arc, in my opinion, it has undeveloped characters, in my opinion. Why it's so good is because of the main antagonist, the exams in the middle. I think how good the exams are is nobody talks about this, but there is something that I love about the Hunter exam arc that no other shonen exam has. And that is how creative the exams are. Like you start off the exam and he's like, okay, let's walk to the exam. And then we're like, okay, let's just walk. It's 100 kilometers. They have to run.
I think it was like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, it was like 1,000 kilometers. They had to run. That was mainly just walking to the exam. And what I love about that was like the teacher was like, okay, we've already ratted out like 500 people. And because it's just amazing. Not even before the exam starts, we're forgetting that there are 4 episodes between getting to the Hunter exam and the first episode. What I love is so many people want to become a hunter, and even before the exam starts, most of them are gone.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
I definitely agree. Like it's one of the best. The only one I guess that rivals it is the tuning exams.
Have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
I haven't, no. I started.
It's okay, it's written by the same guy who wrote Hunter x Hunter. And Yu Yu Hakusho, its tournament arc, the Dark Tournament arc, is the greatest tournament arc in all of anime. It's better than the tuning exams.
Yeah, no, but I don't mean a tournament arc. I mean like an exam arc. In the sense that it has like
tuning exam is an exam arc, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have like the 4.
It is a tournament arc and an exam.
Yeah, well, the tuning exams isn't really a tournament. The Hunter exams isn't really a tournament arc because.
Yeah. I would say, like, oh, you go.
Yeah, there's just one fight, and the rest is all.
Oh, that's what I loved. I love that. It was like, what I loved so much was how like you have just one fight. You have one fight, and that's the tournament, and that's like how the tournament arc ends. You don't have to see all these characters fight, you know?
Most of these characters we never see again, so we don't need to see their fights.
Yeah. Well, we do see them again.
Yeah.
But that is a spoiler. So let's talk about this arc before that. So I think that the best part of the Hunter exam arc is definitely Hisoka, your main man Hisoka. So do you want to tell me your opinion on Hisoka? Because in my opinion, he is the greatest antagonist in all of Hunter x Hunter. And I know that might be because I know people might prefer Meruem on him. I prefer Hisoka because I don't consider Meruem as an antagonist.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, Meruem is an antagonist because he goes against the goal. I don't know if he's a villain, but he's definitely an antagonist.
Yeah, he is definitely an antagonist, but I don't think he's as good as Hisoka. Mainly because I see Meruem more as a character. More as like a fleshed out character than like an actual antagonist. What does he actually do in the entire arc? I mean, he sits down and plays chess the entire arc. The only time he does anything is when he's just like when he like goes against like your main man, what's his
Netero?
Name? Netero, yeah. I like how they show how like horrible the exam is.
Yeah.
Like One of my favorite parts in the exam is like Killua is just a kid. He's going up against this mass murderer dude. And then the guards are like, "Hey, is it okay? Can we just like stop him before he gets killed?" And then he's like, "No, we can't really do that. It's the hunter exam." And I'm like, "Yo, this is a really bad world." Like, you know what I mean?
If you were born, like let's say you were isekai'd into the Hunter x Hunter world, what would you do? Like, would you take the Hunter
I would
exams?
live my normal life. I would never take the hunter exam because if you think about it logically, if you take the hunter exam, you're probably going to die.
Yeah,
After the running exam, you know, where they're running to the place,
yeah,
most of the exam after that, you're dead. The first exam, you know, they're walking through a forest of mists with giant monsters that eat you. The second exam, well, it's a cooking exam, but they have to like go against giant spiders and then they have to like come at the same, you get
yeah.
what I
And
mean?
half of the people die falling
Yeah.
in.
They just like, "Oh yes, we have to do this," and then they fall and then they just die. And so then you have the third exam. You're going against mass murderers. You're going through like an obstacle course that you're probably going to die in. Um, and then you're not even talking about the rookie crushers.
Yeah, those exist.
Yeah,
Um,
those exist in the world. Then after that, you have like crazy people like Hisoka who just kill you on spot. Okay, and another thing is like the last two exams. The fourth exam, in my opinion, is the most dangerous because
what was the fourth?
basic it's like you have to get like a badge.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
That is so dangerous. Like everyone you see who tries to get the badge is trying to kill you.
Yeah,
Like
for
they're
sure.
trying to kill you. These are trained killers you're going against. These are mass murderers you're going against. And the problem is anyone can become a hunter. I love the moment where they're like, it doesn't matter if the devil himself goes through the hunter exam. If he wins, he will
Yeah,
get a hunter's license. He will get power over people. So I'm like, I'm going against people who are probably not right in the head. I'm going against giant monsters. I'm going against like obstacle courses and like a bunch of stuff.
yeah,
So I'm probably going to die.
yeah.
Okay.
If I was isekai, I would learn then.
Yeah, yeah.
If I didn't, then I would live a normal life.
And
But
also, are we we're not even talking about like even living a normal life is hard. You have people like the Phantom Troop.
but it depends which city you live in.
Chimera ants were about to take over the entire world, if not for Netero and Miriam's change of heart.
Maybe it wasn't this anime, but what didn't they say like, oh, it's always about to like on the brink of extinction or something like that? Oh no, that was Men in Black. Okay, never mind. Um,
I just think that the system is so broken and I love it. You know, I love how like how effed up the world of Hunter x Hunter is, you know?
yeah,
You have crazy people with superpowers basically going
yeah.
against the mafia and stuff like that.
And all the mafia is dead.
Yo, let's talk about that once we get to
All
that
right, well,
arc.
let's move on to the Zoldyck arc.
Well, I wanted to talk about one thing. Hisoka, what do you think? So I don't think Hisoka. I think he's a great antagonist in this arc, but not as good as he is later on. I think
Wait,
Hisoka is better as a side antagonist who's kind of manipulating behind the scenes than the full antagonist. That's why I prefer him
okay,
in the Hunter exam. Like I prefer him in the
like Heaven's Arena.
no, York New arc. I prefer him in the York New arc because he's just this guy in the Phantom Troop who's manipulating behind the scenes. That's why I like him more in the like as a side antagonist than like the full antagonist. But I do still like him in the tournament arc. Heaven's Arena is such a good arc. Do you have any like things you want to say about Hunter exam arc before we move on? We took a lot of tangents.
Yeah.
I think it's just because the Hunter exam arc is the basis. So we know what happens later, so we don't really have much to say because all these little things that they're planting inside become much bigger plot points later on.
Yeah, it's pretty much just seeds.
Yeah, it's just the seeds planting. But I do think the Hunter exam arc is an underrated arc because I think it is very good for what it's supposed to be, you know? It's a good it's a good it's a good basis for what Hunter x Hunter will become, but it evolves much more later on.
Yeah, I agree.
Besides the Greed Island arc, this is probably the most positive arc. And it's like super like positive, you know, happy go lucky. And we know that things get much darker later
Yeah,
on.
yeah. But
Um,
one thing I like about Hunter x Hunter is how every arc has a unique tone and
yeah.
like a kind of aesthetic
Yeah, I
almost.
agree.
Um,
Because
even
like I
though
feel like each arc is like a different genre, which I like. Like I would
oh my,
say like the
the,
Phantom Troop arc is like a crime genre. The
nah, I wouldn't go that far. They all feel unique, and like some lean more towards shonen, some more towards adventure, some more towards seinen.
Greed Island is his isekai, which I loved.
Yeah,
Greed Island is an isekai.
but the only show I would say that really has genres like that is JoJo.
Okay, but JoJo's is like separated in different parts. So you,
Yeah,
but because why one of the reasons I like Hunter x Hunter over JoJo's is because I like arcs that have that are more like
like intertwined, like they flow into
yeah.
each other.
Yeah, flow into each other. They're more like they have characters you get attached to more and more and more during the story. That's why I personally like Hunter x Hunter more because even though JoJo's is amazing, they can't really have that because of the basis of parts, you know? They can't
Yeah,
really have evolving characters that you like keep going.
yeah. But I like the self-contained nature because it makes it so that things, well, they're not
Yeah,
supposed.
it definitely has its perks to be JoJo's, but I think Hunter x Hunter also has its perks by going the more linear route.
I agree. All right, so let's go to
Just
the
go to the Zoldyck art. Do you want
yeah.
to give your ranking for because we have to give a score basically for
Oh,
each
a
arc.
score? Like a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5.
Yeah.
That's what I say when it's underrated. I think it's at least a 7.5. At least.
Okay, well, like, okay, maybe a 7, but I'm a very harsh critic. Like, I've never given anything a 10.
I don't give anything a 10, but I would give something like if it's really like a masterpiece, it's 9.5 at least. So nothing is perfect, of course. I would say that the Hunter exam arc for me, though it is like kind of giving the basis for everything, it also has very good self-contained moments that I really like. And that is why I would say that the Hunter exam arc is a 7.5.
All right, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. Let's go to Zoldyck arc, the worst arc in all of Hunter x Hunter. Still a good arc.
I would give it a 6.5.
You would give it a 6.5?
Yeah.
I would give it a. I'm actually going to give it a 7.
All right.
Because I like it more than I should, honestly. I just love it because it has so many like world building aspects. The Zoldyck family is one of the most interesting parts of Hunter x Hunter, and this arc mainly talks about how they work, and I just love that. And so I really like the Zoldyck arc, even though I do think it is the worst arc in Hunter x Hunter. But I do like how it kind of shows, you know, darker aspects of the world.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One thing that's really cool, which is one of the reasons I like Hunter x Hunter so much, is that the world has so much potential.
Yeah.
Like, even though we've explored so much, every time I feel like you could. Like,
There's so much more because
yeah,
like even the last arc of the anime is so world building. You just learn that they have elections for the hunters, you know?
yeah.
And it makes perfect sense, but you never think about it, and that's what I love. And so I think it has so much potential, and I think the Zoldyck family is such a interesting aspect of the world, and it is one of my favorite parts of Hunter x Hunter.
I like seeing the magical beasts, like the dogs and
Oh
the
yeah. I personally like the butler a lot. Like I
yeah.
think he's really cool, and that point where he's like doing coin stuff and Gon is able to pick out the right coin. I love that. I don't think we have much to say on it. It's not a very big arc. It's only like 3 or 4 episodes, but it
Yeah.
really puts
Oh,
basis.
okay. One of my favorite characters, Canary. She's so cool. The black.
Really?
Yeah. Yo,
Canary?
yeah, the girl with the cane there.
I don't think she's a great character. I'm sorry.
You don't like her? She's so cool, man.
Really?
Yeah, and then when she pops back at the end with the old lady, man, for you.
One of my favorite characters is definitely Zeno.
Yeah, I don't mean part of the main characters, but like out of the like I like her
Zeno,
more
I
than I
mean.
like
Do you know who Zeno is?
yeah, the grandfather.
Yeah, he's so cool.
I know. I don't like her more than but I mean like I like her more than like Zushi.
Who is Zushi? Oh, Zushi. Okay, sure. I'll
He takes
agree.
all the L. Okay,
Oh
let's
yeah,
just move
okay.
to-
I'll agree with that.
Let's move to Heaven's Arena. Okay.
Heaven's Arena is one of the greatest arcs in all of Hunter x Hunter. It is one of my favorite arcs in anime, and it deserves appreciation. It is so good. In my opinion, the third best arc in all of Hunter x Hunter.
No, I can't agree.
You can't agree?
No.
Okay, give me your opinion.
Well, it's good, but I feel like it pops off after that.
No, it's not better than York New.
Yeah, but I mean like I like Greed Island more.
You like Greed you like Greed Island more?
Greed Island, I don't know why, but it's just so appealing to me.
I think it's great. Greed Island is definitely an amazing arc.
Because
I don't think it's better than Heaven's Arena. That's just my opinion. I prefer Heaven's Arena a lot because this is the point where I think Hunter x Hunter really gets good. Like really gets good. In my opinion, it introduces the best part of Hunter x Hunter, which is Nen. It has Hisoka doing really cool stuff. That whole fight between him and that other guy who can clone himself is one of the greatest fights in Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, it's a good fight. It's a really, really good
It's
fight.
really cool.
There's so many
Okay,
fights.
I think it's really cool though. And it really shows you how Nen can be bent. It sets up the Phantom Troop. It has Killua really popping off. Okay. Yeah. It shows that Gon is like it plants the seeds of Gon's reckless nature. And I really love how it just bases. It starts Nen. It starts the best part, you know? Nen is such an amazing
and I agree, system. But the thing is that I would rank it 4 because like Greed Island to me is like the promise of the Hunter exams. It's like we're gonna go on an adventure, and Greed Island is an adventure. It's like
I do agree with that. I just prefer Heaven's Arena because it's shorter. It has a lot to say. It's really entertaining, and sometimes, honestly, I prefer rewatching it to like something like the Chimera Ant arc. Even though the Chimera Ant arc is objectively better than Heaven's Arena, I like rewatching Heaven's Arena a lot because it crams all this stuff into 12 episodes and it's entertaining every single second. There is no point where I was not entertained the entire time. Where Greed Island was like it was setting up, some stuff that comes later, it was setting up Razor. It was setting up all this stuff because
I honestly liked all of Greed Island. Like I loved learning about the random ass things like the cards and stuff.
Yeah.
To me, that was so cool. It was just like
Greed Island is better. Sadly, Greed Island is a better isekai than 90% of all isekai.
That's true. Oh, okay, if I ever come back, okay, we should make an isekai tier list.
Oh, I don't watch much isekai, but
Bro,
the best
I will I will put you
ReZero
on.
Man is the best isekai.
Okay, well, ReZero is like Hunter x Hunter is to shonen. It's a subversion of the
Okay.
tropes.
ReZero is the best isekai. No cap.
Okay, what isekai have you seen?
Okay. I have not seen much isekai. I've seen Sword Art Online. I've seen Overlord. I prefer ReZero over Overlord.
Yeah, same. ReZero is
Uh,
really good. I'm not gonna
what
deny
do you
that.
think is better than ReZero?
I'm not sure, but the thing is that there's some close one like
Like No Game Low Life.
Konosuba.
I've seen No Game. Okay, Konosuba is really good. I've seen No Game No Life and Konosuba.
Yeah. Um.
But Konosuba is, in my opinion, really good. It's just I prefer drama over comedy. You know, I prefer like Konosuba has great comedy. It's really good, but I prefer ReZero just because ReZero has so good, man. It second season blows
I know.
any isekai out
Are you
of the
using
water.
weekly?
Yeah, I watch it weekly.
All right, same. It's really good.
The Roswell reveal that destroyed me,
And I like
man.
that it's Dio's voice actor.
Oh, yeah, yes.
But that
Yes.
man is in everything. Cause
Yes.
I'm also watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which is
It's
really good.
it's okay. But honestly, my favorite isekai is ReZero. I think Konosuba is a second. Sword Art Online. What do you think about Sword Art Online?
So Sword Art Online, okay, has a good opening, like a very good opening.
First season's pretty good.
First season, like the first arc, it's like almost good, okay?
Almost.
It's like, yo, here's some interesting ideas, but
Yeah.
we're not gonna deliver on any of them. You're gonna be debated hella hard, and we're gonna spend time with one-dimensional characters as Kirito just is somehow winning.
This man's
even
spitting facts.
even though he dies, like he gets stabbed to death, and he's like, "No, I don't want to, bro." And then everyone's like, "I mean, I guess
Okay, but that's like every anime protagonist.
no."
Yes,
Not
all
facts.
of them die at some point and should not be alive.
Not facts. I
Even
don't.
in Hunter x Hunter, like Gon is almost dead, and there was no way he could have been alive except for Nanika.
Yeah, but the thing is that at least they gave an explanation. Okay, sure, it's like
It's
almost,
kind of like, oh,
but
it's like we're 150 episodes in this series. Let's just show this character who can grant any wish.
yeah, okay, but see, it is kind of a Deus Ex Machina, but
Yes.
it was smoothly like
It was smoothly
relatively written into the story. So
I like the election arc a lot. I
but-
like the election arc a lot.
But in SAO, he said no. He got stabbed. His health goes 0, and he goes, "Shut up! I will win." And then literally cheats, like he breaks the game by willpower, and we are given no explanation.
Friendship.
Not even friendship. He's just like like no. And then the best SAO content is when none of the main SAO characters are involved, bro. Like,
You're spitting facts right now.
have you seen Gun Gale Online Alternative?
No.
It's so good.
Really?
It's a different writer that just took Gun Gale and wrote his own story in it, and it's like, yes, this is. And then when you see the Gun Gale Online anime with Kirito in it, it's like, why is this so bad?
Back to Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
Heaven's Arena. Your opinions, your thoughts.
7.5, 7.6 maybe.
What?
Yep.
A 7.5.
Bro. Okay.
I would at least give it an 8.5.
No.
How? How?
Bro, you don't understand.
It is so good. It's so good.
I rate the entirety of ReZero as an 8. Okay.
It's no. Okay. No.
No. It's just okay. Look.
ReZero is
I
at
have
least
I have like
ReZero is at least an 8. I think it's an 8.5. I would not say it's a 9. It's not a masterpiece. It's really good.
I have barely any anime that touch 9. Okay.
What anime?
I I
Yo,
told you
does Hunter x Hunter at least touch 9?
kind of almost.
Kind of.
You don't okay, look. I love anime and stories. I can't help myself. I see all the flaws and I have to rate it accurately. I mean, sometimes I'm biased, but I mean, I can't give it that much because I know that there's stories that are better than that. I
Okay,
can't.
what
My,
anime touched 9? What
okay,
anime?
well, I can. My favorite anime of all time is Heaven's Lost Property.
I've
Okay,
never seen that.
it's fine. You don't.
Have you
It's
seen Steins Gate?
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Does it touch 9?
No, it's an 8.
It's
It's good. It's like really, really good.
oh,
It's not a 9.
you're destroying me here.
I'm sorry, man. It's I speak in facts though.
So, oh man, yo.
But yeah, 7.5 and like top tier tournament arcs.
E.
Even though, yeah. So York New.
No, we're not going there yet. We're not going there yet. I want to debate you here.
You want to debate
Yes.
peasant? Okay.
So, in my opinion, I'm going to debate you on this. I don't think it's a 7.5. I think at least it's an 8. And I don't know why you could rank it that low.
It's good, but like I don't rank that good, like anime that high or any medium. It's very hard to get that high for me. It's not like for example, I think we like it to a similar degree. It's just that like the way I rank things is lower than you.
Okay, so why I would give it an 8.5 is because I feel like it is just so good at starting this whole adventure off and setting up the Phantom Troop and setting up Nen and how like every single second on the screen, you have new stuff happening. You're super interested. And that is why I pretty much love it. And I think it is a like amazing arc.
I agree, but I like my level of enjoyment compared to all the arcs after isn't as much, so I can't rate it that high.
Okay. So you is 7.5. I give it an 8. I guess because I'll give it an 8 because I guess you're right because maybe I'm ranking it too hard. High. I still think it is one of the greatest arcs in Hunter x Hunter. It's one of my favorites. Personally, it is one of my favorites, and I think Hisoka is such a good antagonist in that arc.
Agreed. Bungee gum has
Yes.
the properties of rubber and gum, so I mean, of course.
Yes. So let's get into my favorite arc, my personal favorite arc in all of Hunter x Hunter, the Phantom Troop arc. You have to at least rate it an 8. If you don't rate it an 8, there's no way you can't rate it an 8.
I do rate it an 8, but I'm not sure which I prefer between that and
The Chimera Ant arc.
yeah.
So you're saying you would rate the Chimera Ant arc an 8?
Yeah. Like an 8.
Bro, Phantom Troop arc is a 9.5.
I know you made an entire video on the Phantom Troop arc or something like that.
No, I made an entire video on Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
I want to make an entire video on Phantom Troop arc actually because it is so good.
It's good. I don't know. It's just not as it didn't hit me as hard as like Chimera.
Okay.
Definitely like the second best arc in Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
And by close.
Here's the thing. The Phantom Troop arc, if it was a 20 episode anime, I would give that anime a 10 out of 10. Why I think it is such a good arc is because every single plot point is amazing. There's not one plot point that I did not enjoy. Even the weakest plot point, which is just Gon and Leorio going through the streets, get like learning how to like be businessmen and get more money, was super entertaining. And the best points are with the Phantom Troop.
Yeah,
He's
I
so
was kind of disappointed that the auction stuff didn't go further.
Yo, there are so many amazing moments in that arc. I cannot count how many good moments there is in that arc.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed?
Mhm.
Bro,
But
bro,
Chimera.
come on, man. Listen to me right here. Phantom Troop arc. Here's the thing. Not only do you have amazing character development, with Crollo being one of the greatest antagonists in Hunter x Hunter, not only do you have Hisoka, my personal favorite antagonist in probably all of anime, and he's doing so cool stuff. Not only do you have an amazing character development with Kurapika, not only do you have amazing moments with Gon and Killua, not only do you have more Leorio, this is the arc where he actually is useful, which I'm happy about, okay? But you also have so many amazing moments. The Phantom Troop going against the Mafia. That scene where Crollo is on top of the roof, directing and doing a requiem for his lost friend.
I really like the scene with the indoor fish.
Yes.
It's brutal, and also, I like when Nobunaga calls Killua the kid with the cat eyes. I don't know why I like that.
Nobunaga is a great character too. I love this arc. It is so good. It is one of the best arcs in all of anime, and that is, you will never change my mind on that.
I'm not trying to, but
You don't think it's one of the best arcs in anime?
in anime, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not the best.
It's not the best, but it's one of the best.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up there. It is so good.
Have you seen Attack on Titan?
Oh, of course. Who hasn't?
That's legitimately skyrocketing up as one of my favorite shonen.
Well, it's not a shonen. I don't consider it a shonen. Technically, it is a shonen. It's not. But if you didn't know the publishing company that like publishes it, you would think it was a seinen. It's just not that shonen type.
Yeah.
Look, I prefer Hunter x Hunter over Attack on Titan.
Same.
Have you read the Attack on Titan manga? Yo, season 4 is going to be the best season of all time.
Okay, but I like staying anime only.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to spoil anything, but holy, it gets so good, my friend. But I would still I still prefer like things like JoJo's. But Attack on Titan is easily in my top 5 anime.
But
easily.
I love the politics of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
It's so cool to me.
I think the first season is like a 7 out of 10. I think the second season is like a 8 out of 10. I think the third season is like a 7 out of 10.
The third season is the best. I mean, other than maybe 4.
4 is going to be the best thing ever you'll ever see.
Out of the other seasons,
if you don't give 4 a 9 out of 10 after you watch it, you have no clue what's going to happen, man. It's so hype, yo.
Okay, I'll believe you.
I think that season 4 is going to be the best season in Attack on Titan, and Attack on Titan is a masterpiece. No cap. I prefer Hunter x Hunter over it.
Yeah, but
I only have 4 anime on top of it, and that is JoJo's. I prefer JoJo's on Attack on Titan, Berserk, which is the greatest manga of all time, and One Piece and Hunter x Hunter.
I do like Hunter x Hunter more, but it's personal bias.
Yeah,
Attack on Titan is a better show, but
are you saying objectively better?
It's way better written,
bro.
No, listen to me,
bro. Okay? What?
Because Hunter x Hunter, it's greatly written, okay, but it's kind of sloppy. Listen to me, Theo. Okay, this is important. Okay, so it's sloppy in the sense that, it's like he brings stuff up and then never uses it. Wait, hey, stop having a mental breakdown. Okay, I let me finish my point. Okay, but I think that lends to one of the reasons why I love Hunter x Hunter so much, because it feels realistic, because things just appear and then nothing happens with them like in real life. And it enriches the world because everything is there because it's in the world, not because it's part of the plot.
Okay.
But as a story, like in its construction, because like Attack on Titan starts and I assume ends, and everything was planned perfectly. But Hunter x Hunter feels like a tree, like a volcano of possibilities, and it's and that's why I like it more because it's a more
Okay.
amazing world. But
Okay. Attack on Titan is great. It is a masterpiece, but it never made me cry. There was not one moment where it made me cry. So, yeah, sure, everything was planned and everything was perfectly executed, but it never made me super emotionally attached to everything that was going on. Where Hunter x Hunter, I cried multiple times
I'm
during this
unable to
story.
cry. But
Okay, maybe I'm a bit more emotional than you when it comes to stories, but
no,
can you
I feel
agree
it. I
that
just
can
can't
you
cry.
agree that you get more attached to the
Oh yeah,
story of Killua, Gon and Killua and how they separate at the end? That legitimately got me tearing up.
100%. The characters, but it's because Attack on Titan isn't that kind of story.
It isn't that kind of story. It's more of a
So
big epic story, but I prefer smaller stories where you get attached to characters than giant
I mean, Hunter x Hunter is
battles.
pretty epic, but like
I think the best character and the character that I was most attached to was Aaron. And that's season 4 Aaron. Because season 4 Aaron is one of the greatest protagonists in all of anime.
I really like Sasha.
I never cried when a character died. Because the first season,
But yeah,
all the characters are just cannon fodder. Most of the deaths are not just like, giant things like someone's coughing and then they're on their deathbed and they're like, I love you, I always have. No, they just die. Which I like.
Yeah, definitely.
If we're talking story, if we're talking about like characters and like,
But yeah, I like Hunter x Hunter more.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I prefer like, let's say JoJo's, I prefer JoJo's over Attack on Titan.
I think same, to be honest. Like I get emotionally invested to those stories more. Okay. We need to do this again because it's too much. Let's move on to Greed Island.
No. We haven't even talked much about Phantom Troop. Phantom Troop arc. Some of the greatest moments in anime in this arc.
I like how it developed the world in like the underground aspects.
Yeah, but one of the do you remember Kurapika and how she develops in that arc? Okay, this is a problem. I say she because Kurapika is more of a feminine name for me.
Hashtag cancel Anime Ocean 2021. If you have any Twitter followers, make sure the Anime Ocean is over party.
Mr. Anime Ocean.
Mr. Anime Ocean, I'm sorry.
Phantom Troop arc, some of the best moments. You have Kurapika versus Uvogin. You have the Phantom Troop's attachment to Uvogin. You have this like Nen person who can like tell fortunes through poems.
Loki, Phantom Troop is better than Yakatsuki.
Oh yeah, no, we're not. This is not a debate.
No.
It is, Phantom Troop is easily the best evil organization in all of anime. If we're talking about Hunter x Hunter, one of my favorite animes of all time, and Phantom Troop arc was when I said, this is definitely one of the greatest anime of all time. And that is when you see, even when like the Phantom Troop are like supposed dead, one of my favorite moments is just Hisoka texting Kurapika, we're not dead. That is, yeah. So I think it has amazing moments, and that's why I would give it a 9.
8. And
at least give it an 8.5, man.
No.
What?
I refuse.
You refuse? I don't understand.
It's good. It's amazing. Okay. I love York New, but it's a solid 8. And
for me, it's a solid. I think it's a solid 9.
Nothing in Hunter x Hunter is gonna get a 9.
Okay, maybe I'm not as big of a critic as you.
Mm,
Honestly,
and like I'm a like I don't know if you know, but I'm a writer. So like
oh no, I'm a writer too, actually. I don't know if you know that.
really, I did not know. Well,
Oh,
no,
really? You want to see something? So
yeah.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Nobody can see, but I have this big portfolio of all the unanswered ideas I used to have. I actually tried doing a manga a while back. I have a giant folder filled with just like drawings and book planning for this manga I would have. And this manga was heavily inspired from Hunter x Hunter. And that's why I have an emotional attachment to Hunter x Hunter, because personally I like Hunter x Hunter a lot and it inspired me for my own stories. So I have like drawings, I have I had a whole power system for this anime. So yeah, I'm actually a writer too. So sometimes right now I'm actually writing a screenplay.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I actually did a script a while back, but history of film did a kind of a documentary script a little bit.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm actually a writer too, and so I like seeing stories, especially Hunter x Hunter, where there are a lot of nuances. You know.
I agree. I definitely.
So back to the topic of the Phantom Troop. Do you want to say anything about like moments you liked or things you really like about the Phantom Troop arc?
So I'm ready to move on to the
Okay,
next.
okay. Greed Island, known as one of your favorite arcs. I like it a lot. It's an isekai arc. I don't really like it as much as other arcs, actually. I think it's the fifth best arc in all of Hunter x Hunter.
Damn, I think it's like the third.
So I prefer the election arc and I prefer the Heaven's Arena arc.
Okay, election is pretty good, but I feel like to me, election without the manga content isn't as good.
Okay. So Green Island arc.
Yeah, have you rewatched Hunter x Hunter twice? It's the arc I enjoy the most on rewatch. Well, I'm not sure, but
Okay, so Heaven's Arena is the arc I prefer rewatching the most actually.
because I don't know, something about it just it feels good watching it. It's just fun.
It is really fun. It's a happy adventure, which is
Yeah,
good because after this arc, we get into the Chimera Ant arc.
yeah, which is just like
Just
it's like
depressing.
borderline ReZero levels of depressing.
Yo, ReZero's not that depressing.
They said is suffering plot. ReZero said is suffering plot because that's all we got.
Oh, yo, bro. No
Did
way.
you saw the eye when he freaking got his eyes like removed, like they exploded from Elsa stabbing it? When he was
Yes. But
yeah.
I don't
Okay, it's darker. Okay,
look,
maybe
I think
look.
some moments in ReZero are super light. Like super like
Oh yeah, super lighthearted. If it wasn't, it would be unbearable.
but then like whenever like something weird happens, there's always that music like ah! Greed Island. Your opinions, your thoughts.
Yeah, uh, I mean the razor fight is really fun. I like
volleyball fight. Yo,
it was dodgeball. Okay, as a
dodgeball.
volleyball player.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Haikyuu, one of the greatest anime of all time.
And I'm a volleyball player.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bro, okay. Dodgeball fight, one of the greatest fights. Okay, it's probably the best fight in Hunter x Hunter, sadly.
No. Meruem versus.
Okay, oh no. sorry, man. I forgot about that one.
And Gon versus Pito.
That was not a fight.
Fair.
That was just two punches, and then she's dead.
No, it was a kick and a punch, and then death. But I love the fight with the little bomber. The bomber.
Yo, that shows how Gon is so reckless. Like that fight is so good. I love that fight.
And I love when he's like he has barely a voice and he's like John, kill.
Oh, and that's also do you like Bisky?
Yeah, I love
Biscuit.
Beast.
Yeah,
She's
she's
great.
cool. She's cool.
She
I
turned into a whole JoJo character.
Yeah, I think that really I really think that she is a great mentor. I like how simple like the powers are. Like how Gon's power is pretty simple and how like he's able to use it in diverse ways during the series.
Yeah, I mean, he has a very like fighting game type of moveset.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like you have 3 moves, and they can
Rock, paper, scissors. That's his
yeah,
powers.
and you can only activate them in like it's like a special attacks. I mean, definitely, it's cool, but
It's a good
Killua is
arc
just
to
cooler.
Killua? Oh, Yo-Yo Man. It's your boy.
Yeah, bro,
Yes.
like I Killua's moveset is the coolest.
Okay. So I think we are talking a lot about this arc. I think it's only fair we talk about the best part of this arc, in my opinion. It's the world building. How the
Yeah,
isekai landscape, you have these cards, plus you learn way more about Nen.
yeah.
So you combine these two like things, these like cards plus, you know,
Like Greed Island could have been its own anime.
yeah. No, it would have been a good anime actually. It
Yeah,
would have been a good isekai. I'm gonna give Greed Island a good 7 point. I don't want to give like a 7.8, so I'm gonna just give it an 8.
I would give it a 7.2, 8.2. I mean,
8.2?
yeah.
You prefer it over.
Oh, I gave Yorkview an 8.
Yes.
Okay, then
So you give Greed Island an 8?
yeah.
Okay. I give it an 8. It's the first ranking we agree on.
Yep.
So, let's get into the best arc, maybe the best arc in
Chimera.
all of Hunter x Hunter, the Chimera Ant arc. Do you want to start or should I start?
You can start. You can start.
The Chimera Ant arc is one of the greatest arcs in all of anime.
You should say shonen though, because like
Okay, shonen.
because anime is
Okay,
very
it's broad, it's very
big.
broad, but it is an amazing arc. It is so good. So it's one of the greatest arcs in shonen, maybe even the greatest arc in shonen. I think it has so many amazing plot points. I think the character development in this arc is better than most character development in shonen, maybe even anime, okay? I think it has such a great beginning, and I think it has a masterful ending.
I think there's it's a little slow.
I think it's a little slow. That's what I was going to say. So I think it's a little slow, but it pays off ginormously at the end.
One thing I really like in the Chimera Ant arc is all the smaller character moments, like Shoot and his whole dilemma with
Yeah.
and everything
All of
with
all the characters that are introduced are really good characters.
except Chitu. I hate no.
Oh, Cheeto!
I was so happy when he died. Like I like Chitu. Okay? I like watching him, but I was like, hell yeah.
I think the point was that he was such a bad Nen user.
I know, and he's so strong. It's like, what the hell? He's
one
stupid.
of the strongest Chimera Ants.
And he's dumb.
One of my favorite parts was, haha, I have a new Nen ability. Now you have to do hide and seek with me. And then the smoky guy is just like,
yeah,
nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just rest here.
Also, Morel is just like so cool.
Morel is one of the greatest characters in Hunter x
I know,
Hunter.
like, and his whole deep purple and his
that is one of the greatest Nen powers.
Yeah, and
I love all the fights in the Chimera Ant arc. They have such great fights in the Chimera Ant arc, and I think each character that's introduced is really good. And we can't talk about the Chimera Ant arc without mentioning your boy Meruem, one of the greatest antagonists in shonen.
Yeah, definitely. I think from beginning to end, he's enjoyable, and
he's an amazing character.
Like in the beginning, he looks like a less arrogant Frieza.
Yeah, no, at the beginning you're like, oh my gosh, he's just this run-of-the-mill super bad guy. At the end, you're crying when he dies.
Yeah, no, I definitely Marilyn is fun all the way through. Um, Honestly, I would like to see a what if story of what if he won.
I don't think because at a point he would not have won, honestly. At a point, like, okay, here's the thing. At a point, like, he would have just accepted humans. Because he
Yeah,
was
yeah, no,
on a
I mean one in the sense of like survived and like kept on living.
yeah,
Because like I would like to see how far his thought process would have continued.
yeah.
And like
His
he
character development is so good.
yeah,
Yo, bro.
it's quality and like
I love the contrast between okay, I don't know if anyone talks about this because I've not seen a YouTube video on it or anything like that. I love the contrast between Gon. Gon is the protagonist. He's a super go lucky, passionate, empathetic person at the start. He becomes a monster at the end.
yeah, and
Meruem is a monster, a complete lack of empathy, and becomes a human by the end. So you start off with an empathetic character, the protagonist, becoming a monster with no empathy. And then you have the antagonist, a monster with no empathy, becoming a human with empathy. That is great writing.
I agree, definitely. Yeah, it was definitely one of the best written arcs, like for character arcs that
Yeah.
I've seen.
Killua's arc, bro.
Yeah, when he started crying in front of a palm, that was quality.
Bro, that
Like,
was so. His arc is so good in that. Like, Killua is my favorite character. And that's just because in this arc, he has so much development.
honestly, from after Heaven's Arena, I think Killua becomes my favorite character.
Depends. I like Hisoka. I like some characters more than Killua before the Chimera Ant arc. Like, I prefer Crollo. Nobody talks about Crollo. Why is he an underrated guy? He's so underrated. He's so good.
Yeah, he is good. I don't think he's underrated though. I hear so many people talking about it. I have this friend. She can't stop. She's like a Crollo simp. It's horrible.
Yo, my friend is a Hisoka simp, and I'm like, you're simping for pedophile, man.
I mean, yeah.
You have those TikTok simps who simp for Hisoka.
But you haven't seen the Crollo simps? They're everywhere, man. It's like a plague.
Really? I don't.
It's horrible. They go like, oh, Crollo. They act like Hisoka acts towards Grown, but it's Crollo. Creepy. I really like the smaller aspects of that arc as well. Like, that people don't tend to talk about. Like, Nov is one of my favorite characters.
Nov, like, wait.
The portal guy with the room.
Bro, I love him. Nobody talks about him. He has such a good character, like, development. And I love how at the start he's like, ha ha, you're overestimating the royal guards. Know your place, Killua. He just senses like
The end. It was just the leakage.
it was just the leakage of
Poof.
Poof's power, and he goes absolutely insane. He's like scratching himself at the end. He's like bald. He's like he hasn't gotten like sleep. His bags go like here. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, yeah. And like I love his nan ability too, hide and seek.
Oh, bro. That's like, a good nan ability.
I did a nan quiz and I'm a conjurer, so like
oh, you're a conjurer?
Yeah, conjurers are the coolest. Okay.
Let's talk about Kite.
Yeah, girl Kite, epic.
No, I'm talking about just real Kite. Like, do you like his character involvement in this?
Yeah, story? I feel like we didn't spend enough time with him.
So here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but Kite is in the first chapter.
Yeah, I know. And he's
but he's taken out of the anime.
Yeah.
So
but even knowing that, I still feel like we didn't spend enough time with him.
But I think that his involvement in they should have put him in the first episode because way later he becomes a character. And then you have Gon, who he became a hunter because he was inspired by Kite.
Yeah.
So like, yo, bro, like, come on, man. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
he should have been in the like first episode of the anime.
I agree. It would have worked, but I
Would have worked better.
yeah, but I still think he
Yeah.
needed more because like I didn't care as much as Gon because
Yeah,
I
the
was
biggest
like,
problem I think is since he was taken out of the first episode, and since he doesn't really have much character development, he dies and then Gon becomes absolutely goes bananas, you know? And you don't really feel that. You feel that more in the like manga than you feel that in the anime.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, we haven't mentioned the royal guards.
I hate Hoof. I was so happy when he died.
What? Okay, do you like Peter?
He is I like Pito.
Who's your favorite royal guard?
Either Pito, probably Pito.
What about
Yeah, he's a close second. Freaking Montutu Yupi.
Yeah, I like Yuppie.
Yeah, Yupi's cool.
Are we not gonna?
Pito, Yupi, then Poof. But Poof is
Why
in
do
the
you
base.
not like Poof? Poof
He
is so
sucks.
cool. I love
No.
Poof.
He is the
He's the real villain of the Kamen arc.
yes, bro. He ruins everything. It's like I mean he's a good written character,
Yes.
but
I like when he plays the violin.
when he died, I was mad because I feel like he deserved what Pito got. He deserved to die brutally. All Pito did was like, you know, murder someone.
Pito dies gruesomely. That is
Yeah.
such a
Freaking Poof, all he does is pass out of radiation poison and die. That's such a pathetic death.
Well, that's what I love about that arc. It's like
Yeah,
it's not like there's this big final battle. The king just dies because of radiation poison.
and
I
feel
love
like
that.
That was appropriate. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that
But
was appropriate.
Poof deserved more pain. Okay, he sucks. I hate this man. He's literally like the most toxic person. Like it's like a toxic girlfriend. He's like, I want you to be like this, but that's not me. Shut up. Okay, you're gonna be who I want you to be. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
Like let this man live.
But that's the point of his character, though.
I know he's a well-written character, but I hate his guts.
Okay,
I want him to burn.
So 2 things before we move on to the last arc. Killua unlocking Godspeed.
Godspeed is cool.
Yeah.
I think
very cool moment. I would have liked Hisoka in that arc, actually.
But I'm happy he's not, because then you appreciate him more in the other arcs.
True. I will agree with that. Another thing we haven't talked about, just the Chimera ants as a whole. Love them. I love the chameleon guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's cool.
I like Wolf.
Boy.
The wolf boy.
Yeah, but you know who's my boy? The octopus.
Yes, the octopus man. I love this man.
He is epic. Okay.
So before we move on, we have one more thing to talk about. The most epic fight of all time, Netero versus Memorem.
Just cool. Just all of it.
But it's so well written, though.
Yeah, and I love all the visuals.
But I love their visuals, but I also love how well written it is because you don't know who's the bad guy in this.
Netero.
Netero is the bad guy.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be the savior of humanity, which I love.
Barely, but yeah. I mean, yes and no.
Yes, I know. It's such a moral gray area, and that's what I love about it.
I know. Same.
Amazing arc. Rankings, my good sir?
8.5.
Woo! Good. Okay, I would give it 9.
All right.
Solid 9. Election arc.
7.8.
7.8?
Yes. There's more than 0.5, but not.
It's an amazing arc. So, election arc. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. Yeah, solid 8.
7.8 for me.
Let's talk about the goal for half of the series that we meet in the last arc of the anime.
Jing was epic. I love Jing.
Everyone says they hate Jing. I love Jing.
Yeah,
He's
he's
so
epic. He's a
epic.
terrible father, but he's a cool character. Legit,
He's one of my favorite characters.
I would do Jing. I would do Jing if I was in Hunter x Hunter. That's what I would want to do. If I'm like strong enough, I will definitely no like legit. Okay, going across the world, making video games, just meeting people,
Yeah,
exploring.
he's so
That's what I
cool.
would want.
He
It's
was
so
he's such a cool character. Honestly, people say he was underwhelming. I love Jing.
and I like how you just see him. He's just like, I'm here now.
Yeah, he's just cool. And I love how he manipulates the entire election arc and he's like, "Nah, I didn't want to be like king or anything. I just want to like play games and have fun, you know what I mean?" It's so cool.
I was first in the Master Troll.
Harrison, one of the greatest characters.
Yo, and okay, I don't know. You haven't read the manga, but he has such a good like line in there where he's like, "Can I tell you?"
Okay,
There's
sure.
no. Well, he's like, he tells Jing like, I've never loved anyone. I don't tend to really care about people,
Yeah.
but I think you are someone I'm starting to legitimately hate. And and yeah,
Yo, Pariston is a master troller. I love Pariston.
legit, he's just like, I'm bored. Let me.
I
Just
think he's the highlight of
real
that
life.
arc, honestly.
Oh,
Him and
definitely.
Jing are the highlight of that arc.
Yeah, the rat and boar.
Your boy Leorio comes back. It's your boy
Yeah.
Leorio.
I know. I love how he punches Jing and just takes his place.
I love the touching moment between him and Gon as they like come back together. You know, that was touching.
Honestly.
So are we going to talk about Nanika, the ultimate Deus Ex Machina?
I love Aluka and Nanika.
Yeah, they were great characters.
They're great characters. And when her
I love how the Zoldyck family, like the greatest assassins in the world, are scared of her.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, she's a dark continent being, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so of course.
Because the Chimera ants come from the dark continent too.
Yeah, and she's a Eye.
Eye?
Yeah, one of the 5 great calamities.
Really? Oh, okay.
So yeah, of course, yeah, it makes sense that she's hella dangerous.
Hisoka is a great character in this arc. He doesn't do much, but I love him in this arc.
And I love when Illumi's just laughing.
Yeah.
And then his hair's like in the sky.
Yeah.
That's just cool. I just love that shot. It's just so cool. And when freaking Hisoka's teasing him all the time. Like, yeah. Can I kill Killua? Like, just kidding.
Yeah. So, my friend, we are done talking about each arc. We've gone on many tangents. It was very fun. Yeah. Last ranking. What do you rate all of Hunter x Hunter?
Like an 8.5.
I give it a 9.
All right.
One of my favorite anime of all time. And it was an absolute delight to have you on the show, my friend.
Yeah, it was definitely enjoyable. If you ever want me again, do not hesitate to ask.
Of course. So, see you, man. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. It was so fun talking about anime with you.